Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. You guys, this video, I'm going to show you my Harbor Freight motorcycle lift, the modifications I've done to it, and the modifications I plan on doing to it in the future. So, let's do it. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and talk about this lift. But first, you guys, this is Harley. We've had her since she was 9 weeks old. I have a video on her from when she was a puppy. She has been a great dog, great addition to the family. She's now, is she 7 months? 7 months old now. Not as big as I thought she was gonna get, but she's still just the highlight of the family. We absolutely all love her. She is actually more my son's dog now than anybody else's. She absolutely loves Junior, and Junior takes her out and plays, I can't say the word because it's the thing you throw. If you goes out and play every day with her, and she absolutely loves it. So this is how big Harley is getting, you guys. She's getting really, really big. Let's go ahead and let's talk about this lift. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Come on. Hi. Hey, try. Sit. Let's see if we can get her to do it. Hey, sit. Sit. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Good girl. All right. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and let's talk about this Harbor Freight lift. So I bought this lift probably 6 to 8 months ago. I spent $4.99 on it. It's only $5.99. It used to be like $2.99, but I got a coupon for $100 off, $4.99. And then the tire vise on the front of it doesn't come with it, which is stupid. The one that comes with is terrible. I bought that at Harbor Freight also. I think it was $70. So let's just say after taxes, everything, I got about $600 in this motorcycle lift. And I'll tell you, it's been worth every single penny because I have used it a ton, especially when detailing. But I have serviced my motorcycle on this lift. It's just been absolutely fantastic, you guys. First modification that I did, I had an issue with riding up it and then be able to put my feet down. I want to show you guys here really quick. These side steps are basically, these are ramps I got at Harbor Freight. I think I spent $90 on with the coupon. And then I did the modification of, I put some tubes in it, and I'll show you here in just a second. This is Northco Baggers is the video I watched. I got this idea from them. I bought some U-clamps, and then just put them upside down. That's what these are right here. I just put them upside down. This side I have to tighten down because Brian doesn't weld very well, and I welded it kind of crooked. But let me show you guys over here on this side exactly how easy this is to do. It's extremely simple. I love their idea. Harley's gonna help us, I guess. I gotta take this clevis pin out, but I don't tighten this side down at all, okay? So these are easily removable. And I'm not gonna take it all the way out just because the ramp is on it. But these come all the way out and I can just store them away. But then when I'm ready, I just leave these loose on this side. And then I just put them in like that. Let me show you how sturdy they are. I'm 250 pounds. I can stand on them, no problem at all. Do they bend down? Yes. But it gives me access for my feet when I am riding motorcycle up or actually going back down with it. Because if you own this lift at all, you would know that you have no room. Look, here is where the floorboards are, and look, here's the edge of the lift. So it's very uncomfortable to me, you guys, at least it was for me. So this was the first modification that I did in Northco Bagger Company. I appreciate your video on that. That helped me out tremendously because I was kind of looking for a way to do something like this. So I got $90 or so in that, and then I have the tube. So let's just say $120 in that ramp and the side ramps, you guys, for my feet to go on the side extensions. The next modification that I did, a guy named Michael Castellanos, hopefully I'm saying that right. He is in my Facebook group, and it's a Let Your Glide Facebook group. And I saw this lift in one of his pictures, or not lift, this ramp in one of his pictures. So I messaged him on Facebook. I said, hey, how did you make your ramp? Because the ramp that comes with it is very short. It's pretty much straight up. And these bikes are really long. And what happens is if you don't get your bike all the way up and you come to a stop at all, you're going right back down that ramp. Very uncomfortable to me. I know there's people that use them all the time and have no issues, you guys, but it was just uncomfortable to me. So I was trying to find a way. I saw this on his Facebook group. I messaged him. He sent me pictures, what he used, the wood he used, everything that he used, and I did a little bit of improvements on it. But this is from Harbor Freight. This is a tri-fold ramp is what it is. I think it was like $130. You guys, come here, Harley. Come here. Sit down. It was like $130, I think, with coupon. Sit. And what I did is I put 1/4-inch plywood on the sides, and I had it in the middle, but I found out really quick that was a bad idea. This is perfectly fine for your feet. But this 1/2 inch plywood is what you need to take the bike up, because it started to break this 1/4 inch just a little bit when I had it in the middle. And then I put some anti-slip on here so that if your feet are wet or when you're going up, going down, you can stop it. Your feet aren't going to slide on the wood. The bike's not going to slide. It was full length until I had to replace that one piece, you guys. And what I did is exactly what he said to do. I straightened out these pieces on the very end that hold the ramp. I straightened them out, drilled holes through them, drilled holes through the lift right here and here on both sides. So I have 4 clevis pins, and you can use the clevis pins. That's going to keep the ramp from sliding backwards when you're going up and down on the bike. It also has chains. If you want to use chains, you can pull them all the way up to here. We don't need help with that today, Harley. If you want to and you feel more comfortable, these clevis pins are really thick. I'll show you. They're pretty thick. I think they're 3/8. And they're not going to go anywhere once you have them in there. And then the last modification I did as far as that ramp is concerned, he didn't do this in his, but this is actually a pretty big ride. Your wheel, when it hits this, it wants to stop. So I wanted to make a smooth transition. And so I took this piece right here, drilled some holes, put clevis pins in it. This piece is off of the side extensions. This is where it goes on the truck. If you use the ramps the correct way, that's where that's going to go on the truck. So I used that. I bent it just a little bit. Now it's just a smooth transition onto the lift. So you guys, the third modification that I did, and it's not a big one, but it is to me, the factory tie down points for the motorcycle are in a terrible location. This one is okay if you want to go over the seat, which I don't recommend because then you crease your seat. And this one I don't like at all because it just really doesn't do anything. So what I did, I went and I bought some big eyelets, as you can see right here, drilled through the lift, put some big eyelets on. Now what I typically do, I just took these off, so we're gonna take this motorcycle off here, I'm done detailing it. I tie it down to around the rear passenger foot pegs, is what I do. And then on the front, this bike, I did it a little bit different than I normally do because I had to take the fender off on this bike. So I went around the frame. Normally I don't do that. Normally what I want to do, I want to go in between the forks and the fender. That way, when I'm pulling the tension, putting tension on the tie down strap, I'm not pulling my forks down. This doesn't really do it, but it did just a little bit, so I had to loosen it up a little bit. That's why this is a little bit loose, because you don't want to have a bunch of force down on your forks. You'll blow the seals out. So typically, and I have soft straps that go in here so you won't scratch the paint or anything like that. This here I added to the bottom of the lift, you guys, so that when I'm bringing the bike up, this is so slippery. And I found that when I was bringing the bike up, it would actually move the lift, or if I hit the brakes at all, it would slide the lift forward or backwards depending on which direction I was going. So I put some anti-skid on here. This is tape that I got off Amazon. It comes in a huge roll. And I put it down the bottom. That has made a humongous difference for me when it comes to pulling the bike up, taking the bike down. If I hit the brakes, it doesn't move the lift at all now. I get good grip, no problems at all. It's not slippery anymore. So I want to talk about the vise that I put on. This is a vise from Harbor Freight that you can buy at Harbor Freight. And it comes with a template, so you know where to drill all your holes at, because you have to drill new holes. This obviously the crank down style, but this is the more of a real motorcycle type vise. I could have put a wheel chock in here that you ride up into. I kind of wish I would have. But at this point, since I drilled all these extra holes now, I don't want to change that and drill new holes for another wheel vise. So we're just going to have to live with this one. This keeps you from hopefully riding off of the lift. And yeah, and this can be pretty tight though. I usually have Junior help me get the bike up here. And once I get on, he puts it in the wheel chock or the vise, and he tightens it down. But this thing is really hard to turn. So it is not the greatest that there is. You can probably buy a much nicer one online somewhere for you if you decide to buy the motorcycle lift from Harbor Freight. So for the future, guys, I really only have one thing left that I want to do to this. It's probably the biggest job that I got to do to this. I want to take the hydraulic bottle jack it has now and put a pneumatic one in so I can just use my air pressure. These bikes, like my bike's 900 pounds with a tour pack on it. This one's probably at least 850, 800, 850. And when you're pumping these things up, it is an absolute workout on your leg to get these to go up. Now, if you have a light bike, like my son's 250 over here, you can pump it up that quick and you're done. These heavy bikes, though, it does go really slow, but a pneumatic jack, and I've watched so many people do it already. There is a ton of great videos on how to add one to this motorcycle lift. It takes these baggers, you guys, and it just lifts it really, really nice and easy. Now, I will tell you, I'm gonna have people comment about, well, I would never put my Harley on a Harbor Freight lift, or you can't trust this lift, blah, blah, blah. that's your opinion, and you have the right to your opinion. But I disagree, because I've had my full bagger, which is right behind. Go ahead and show my bike. A lot of people may have seen it. That's my bike right there. I've had that on this lift several times, doing service, detailing it. No problems at all. And that is a heavy bike. And this thing does just go right up. It holds it. There's a rod you put in it to lock it in place. So what you want to do, because I've heard people say that their jack went bad, you know, while the motorcycle was sitting on it. And I don't know if this is a situation or not, but once you get it to the height you want it, you put this rod in that you put across the bottom of the lift. And then what you want to do is you want to let the lift down on that rod and let all that pressure off that bottle jack while the motorcycle is just sitting on it. And I've had zero issues so far. Hopefully I'll have no issues until I put that pneumatic one on, then we should be good to go from there. But that's the only modification I see myself doing in the future, because other than that, this thing is ready to go. It is exactly the way that I want it to be. I've got, I don't know, probably, let's just say $850 in it right now. And it is a very good, usable lift that I use every time I do a motorcycle detail or anything I need to do to our bikes. All right, you guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. I wanted to show you guys my modifications, what I have done, because I found it useful when I bought the lift, that I wanted to figure out how to put the ramps on, the extension on, and I found it so useful. There's so many good videos on YouTube, you guys, showing you how to do the stuff to this. So I can't wait to put the pneumatic jack on it. That way it's gonna be so much easier, but there's tons of videos watching people, so many people do it different. There's a couple of videos I've already saved that I really like their method, and that's what I plan to do. And maybe I'll make a video on it when I do it. I'm not sure, but I will tell you, I will stand behind this lift right here and tell you this is a good lift. It's sturdy. I have no issues with it at all. The only issue that I would say that I really had is that it would want to slide. When I bring the big heavy bikes up and I'd hit the brake, it would want to slide on me, the whole lift would. So I put a parking stop in there. In fact, I shouldn't have mentioned that earlier, I didn't. It's like this right here. And I put it at the front of the lift with a little piece of wood on it. I don't know if Junior will be able to show you guys. And I bolted it to the garage floor, and now the lift does not move when I pull a bike up on it, which is great. So I forgot to show you guys that right there. But I love this lift. Like I said, I couldn't recommend it enough. I mean, look at this bike that's on it. It had no problems doing it, lifting it the entire time that I've been working on it this weekend. I've had it up, down, up, down, up, down, and this lift just flat works, you guys. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video and for checking it out. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, join the Fab family. We'd love to have you, and we'll see you in the next video.